Cop Eliminator needs you to the lanes if you're not there yet. Competition Eliminator needs you to the staging lanes, please. Four cars down track yesterday in our top dragster category to start everything off. Qualify the 32-car field. I don't know that we've got quite 32 cars here. I think we're sitting at about 29 or 30. Al Peevler rolls up, pro-charged machine. Illinois-based runner over on the left-hand side. Al yesterday a 6:36 lap. Puts him about the middle of the field, number 14 at this stage of the game. Mikey Coughlin. Mike, who's been around forever and a day, or 17 in the Jegs family race car shop. Now wheeling and dealing the top dragster, another pro-charged car. Over here on the right-hand side for those of you that might be a little uninitiated in top dragster. The quickest of our side-by-side handicap racing on the NHRA Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series Tour. 6 flat, as low as you can qualify. Go into the 5s and you get bumped out to the bottom of the field. You have to come back, try again. 6 second, 200 mile an hour. Handicap racing at its finest. You can run a Pro Charger. You can run a supercharger. You can run a whole lot of cubic inches and a little bit of nitrous oxide. Or a whole lot of nitrous oxide, depending upon how your combination is. Boys and girls will get 2 qualifying laps today to set the field for Sunday eliminations. Mike goes through 598, 229 miles an hour. Mikey will have to rely on yesterday's run to hold him in the field because 598 for qualifying is just a bit quick. 33, 217 for the other Pro Charge car. They're on the Coughlin Brothers Automotive. CoughlinBrothers.com side of the racetrack. Greg Sullivan in now on the left-hand side, the Ford-powered machine. Tom Elliott out of Kentucky, the Mopar ride, 526 cubic inches of Mopar power over here on the right-hand side. This will be Tom's first shot at the racetrack. Did not make a run yesterday. Craig Sullivan sitting number 8 right now, number 7 right now at a 6:27. Shot from yesterday at only 203 miles an hour, and I say only. Ted Dudley went 6:24 yesterday at 2:14. Tim Papp went 6:29 yesterday at 2:16. Craig Sullivan's 6:27 lap. Obviously a run that was not under power all the way to the other end of the racetrack. Brooks, Kentucky resident with the Mopar power plant, right-hand side, 6:10. 226 miles an hour, 6:37 by Craig. Elliott climbs into the number 2 spot with that. 6:10 at 226. Sullivan goes 6:37 this time. No improvement there. He'll get bumped back to the number 8 spot as Tom Elliott throws his hat into the field and says, I'm ready. Let's play. A couple of shots at qualifying today. We'll set our 32-car field, and I don't know, we might make 32 cars. Depending on who all showed up overnight. Bob Mandel, Tennessee-based runner, operates, along with his dad. Well, his dad owns and operates the Profab chassis shop. Bob gets put to work. Ed Dudley, left-hand side. Ed, your number 7 qualifier. Mandel, your number 16 qualifier coming into this. Dudley out of Indiana, the Spitzer chassis machine. It's one of those guys who was down in the 620s at right at 215 miles an hour yesterday. We were comparing Craig Sullivan's run to. Mandel out of Tennessee. Profab car. Blown big block Chevrolet over here on the right-hand side. Sunoco's side of the racetrack. Mandel looking to get up into the top half of the field. Top half of the field gives you lane choice for that opening round of eliminations. Got a couple of pretty even lanes, I think, right now. 638. Mandel improves. 210. 626 by Dudley. Dudley was 24 yesterday. He'll stay 7. Mandel improves, but he'll move up to number 16 now. Now, the good news is number 16 runs number 32 qualifier. So if you're the slowest of the top half of the field, you get the slowest of the qualified field. Frank Carpinelli and Tim Papp rolling in next as we continue on. The Ohio-based runner out of JB Byrider. Wild West paint over there on the left-hand side. Another Chevrolet. Frank and Nick Carpinelli right now at a 660 lap yesterday, 215. Tim Papp's hot rod, the runner out of Illinois. Here on the Sunoco side. Got the big motor, 706 cubic inches. Along with that, you will find a little bit of laughing gas. A little nitrous oxide. We'll add a little bit of potent power going down the quarter mile. Papp yesterday, a 629. A one shot yesterday for these cars, our comp eliminator cars, and our top sportsman cars that are coming up. They get 2 today. Everybody else has had their 3. Following this, we'll be into first round of eliminations and all the rest of our fields. Carpinelli off and running. Papp's got problems. 656, 218 by Carpinelli. So he picks up 0.04 of a second this time around. The motor's on through, and Tim taking a leisurely cruise, 15.9 seconds. 87 miles an hour. That's what the speed limit is out on I-70 right there, isn't it? I don't think the signs say that, but that's what everybody drives. I noticed that as I was driving over from the airport the other day. 70 mile an hour speed limit, I'm getting past. When the Volkswagen went by me, I knew I was in trouble. Just not quite going quick enough. Scotty Hessler and Dan Norris, first lap for Hessler. Runner out of Columbus. Scott had to work yesterday. Brought the American chassis machine out. Make a shot at it. Again, 2 shots today for these boys and girls. Dan Norris at number 5. The runner out of Brighton, Michigan. Coming down. Top Sportsman needs you to the lanes now, please. Top Sportsman. The staging lanes, please. It's your turn. Come on down. The price is right. Dan Norris getting small in a hurry. Wow, 5.99, another 5-second lap. Thanks for playing, Dan. Your 6.12 from yesterday. We'll have to hold you in there. Hessler goes on to the sheet with a 7.59, 173 mile an hour lap. He'll be back to tune that one up. Turn up the wick a little bit. The final round of qualifying coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. So Coughlin's 5.98 and Dan Norris is 5.99, while outstanding runs do not go on the qualifying sheet because as low as you can go is a 6 flat. Marty Cheeseman's ride right now. The Spitzer chassis. Blown Hemi on the left-hand side. Kathy Fisher's Armor Coat. Ohio Crankshaft. American Race Cars. Borla Exhaust Pro Charge car. Kathy on a 6.0 run yesterday. Till the car got down there to about 1,100 feet, and she says, nah. Oh, no, we'll pass. Just a little bit twitchy down on the top end. So she left it. Still, right now, your number 3 qualifier. 6'11" at 206 miles an hour. Cheeseman yesterday, a 6'12", 231. Rollicking. Fisher goes through 6'18", 182 this time. 6'07" at 234. Cheeseman now jumps up to the number 2 spot. Knocks Kathy back to the number 4 spot on the qualifying sheet. Cheeseman steps up. Kathy slows up just a little bit. And at 182, I can again tell you, her foot wasn't on the gas pedal or the loud pedal as she crossed the finish line. Brian Keller and Christina Lawyer. Christina, the doctor of mechanical engineering over here on the right-hand side, the runner out of Indiana. Big block Chevrolets, big motored Fords, big motored Mopars. We got a little bit of everything. Ford power for the doctor of mechanical engineering here on the right-hand side. Hemi power, blown Hemi power for Brian Keller's machine. Runner up on the left-hand side. Brian, right now, you're number 1 man on the qualifying sheet, 6:07. 235 miles an hour out of the hot rod on the left-hand side, the CoughlinCar.com side of the racetrack. Christina, number 14 on the qualifying sheet, with her right here on the Sunoco lane. .601. Say hello and how do you do to your new number 1 qualifier. Keller jumps up to the number 1 spot, 6:01, 238. Lawyer jumps up to the number 7 spot now with a 6:24 lap at 220 miles an hour. Tim Antonora running over from the great state of New York up at Kendall, New York. The data clutch machine for Gary and Barb and Tim and all the rest of the gang over there at the Antonora group. Danny Waddle out of Pickerington. A little bit shorter toe for Danny to get here than what it was for Tim and the crew. But that car out of Kendall, New York, 6:35 yesterday. Rolls them in the number 13 spot right now. Danny Waddle went 6:30 yesterday out of his Mullish chassis car. He sits number 10 currently on the qualifying sheet. .626, Antonora picks it up at 221. 6:20, so does Danny. Danny picks up a 10th, moves up to the number 6 spot. Antonora's 26, puts him into the number 9 position. 221 apiece for the pair of them going down the racetrack that time. Danny at 221.16. Timmy at 221.23. Karma Hopper rolls in next. The young lady out of Walton, Kentucky. The Instant Karma Racing. Another Hemi-powered 655 cubic inch large motor combination over there on the left-hand side. Tom Martino, otherwise known as the other Tom Martino. Not the Tom Martino of Pro Stock fame, but the Tom Martino of Youngstown, Ohio fame. Well, you get the idea. Tom right now, number 14. 636 on his shot yesterday. Karma a 651. Right now in the number 17 spot. The undercover chassis machine there on the left-hand side. There's Dameron shop down in Jupiter, Florida, building that chassis before Kurt shut the business down. Just a couple of years ago, Kurt's been shut down the undercover chassis shop. Still a lot of good undercover cars out there. 650. Karma picks up 100, 209 miles an hour. Martino goes 635 at 214. Steps up the pace, moves into the number 14 qualifying spot. Karma right behind in the number 17 spot now, as we have had 26 cars make their way down the racetrack. Jay Brown's hot rod rolls in next. Innovative Chassis Works car. Lisbon-based runner. They're on the left-hand side. Another blown Chevrolet on the left. Red Fritch out of Columbus. Spitzer chassis car. Coming out of Mike's shop over in Indiana. Oldsmobile powered. Blown Olds combination. 526. Pretty much the old alcohol dragster engine combo. Powering red down the racetrack. Red's currently number 23. Jay had problems yesterday, made a 10-second run. Jay's not going to improve today. 620 by Red Fritch is going to move him up, though. Jay Brown got to get that Innovative Chassis Works car figured out. 15-second laps at 67 miles an hour. Not going to hold you in eliminations too long. Red Fritch jumps up to the number 6 spot now with that 620 lap. And Jay going to cruise on back to the pit area and go, we got to figure this stuff out. Luke Bogacki rolling in now. Luke, Cool Hand Luke, who has, well, won just about everything this year. The Million, Big Gamblers race. Doubled up a couple of races back. Joliet, he doubled up. Yep. Super Gas and Super Comp laying down the top dragster wars here. Luke, the K&N Engineering, American Race Cars. Hot Rod there on the left. Greg Curtis out of Brook Park, the APD, Advanced Product Design. Another American Race Cars chassis machine. Greg right now, number 21 on the sheet. Luke, number 22. These guys basically right beside each other on the qualifying sheet. Both of them looking to step the pace up a little bit. Curtis looks to be on a pretty good run. Cruises through 655. That's stepping the pace up. 745 by Luke. He did likewise, only 180 miles an hour. Bogacki now number 22. Curtis up to the number 18 spot with that lap. Tom Fisher, the birthday boy. RacingRVs.com, boss man. Son of Tom, husband of Patty. Father of Zach. RacingRVs.com entry. Tom laying down a stout 647 run. 210 miles an hour. Jimmy Prevost coming over from Illinois. Rolled in last night or this morning. The VRN Race Cars. Hot Rod going to be his first shot at the quarter mile. Jimmy Prevost, 632 cubic inches. First shot for Jim. This will make it a 27 car field. 28. Let me check the sheet. 26. It'll make 27. Warren's up here getting me all confused. Ooh, Joe getting a little out of the groove. Dancing close to that center stripe. He'll lift. 696 and 148. 634, 211 for Prevost. Prevost goes into the number 14 spot. 27 cars now on the qualifying sheet. Alan O'Brien rolls in. We talk about the Mopars, the Fords, the Chevrolets, the blown cars, the Pro-Charged machines, the nitrous oxide cars. Alan O'Brien rolls in from West Virginia with 481 cubic inches of twin turbocharged AMC power. That's like in Rambler, Kelvinator, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Yeah, the Kenosha Cadillacs, Alan O'Brien. Using a combination that is his and his alone. Mike Trout out of Kentucky up on the right-hand side. Mike's on the sheet, number 21. But Alan O'Brien's going to make it a 28-car field now, as he takes his shot at the quarter of a mile. And that twin turbo machine, how about that? 612, 228 miles an hour. Take that and jump all the way into the number 5 spot. Mike Trout, 652, 207. Nice lap from Mikey. Now moves into the number 20 spot. Brian Keller, number 1. Marty Cheeseman, 2. Tom Elliott, 3. Kathy Fisher, 4. Alan O'Brien, 5. Joe Fisher, number 6. Fred Fritsch, number 7. Annie Waddle, number 8. At Dudley, 9. And Christina Lawyer rounding out the quick 10. At least so far. We're going to add one more to the qualifying sheet. Madison Ellison, young lady out of Central City, Kentucky. The Women Rock Hot Rod M&M chassis car up alongside Tony Elrod. Tony, S&W chassis machine. Servant's Heart entry over there on the left-hand side. Blown Chevrolet for motivation. I love Tony's sense of humor. He always comes up with a interesting job description. That's not really what he does. He just likes to fill in the blanks on the tech card. This week he is a professional sheep shearer. Sounds like a really woolly job to me. Madison on the right, going to throw her name into the mix. We're going to make this, how many cars down? 29 on our top dragster qualifying. Ooh, Tony kind of double-stepped it there on the starting line. He'll shut it off. Madison goes through 6:33, 213 for Women Rock. 860 lap by Tony. He was 660 yesterday. That double step, double clutch off the line cost him a bunch. Madison goes into the number 15 qualifying spot with that 6:33, 213 lap. Young lady qualified well last weekend. Joe Fisher coming up now, the boss man at RacingRVs.com. I think I misspoke earlier when Angry Tom made his lap that it was Joe. It wasn't. It was Tom. Now here's Joe, the birthday boy. Lynn Ellison alongside the Central City, Kentucky runner. RFC, kids, Suite 308. Need you there. Kids, come on up. Suite 308 in the tower. The Racers for Christ Kids Club. In the tower right now, Suite 308. Lynn Ellison just saw Madison go down the racetrack and jump into the number 15 spot. Here's Dad and his machine, the Pirate car. Right-hand side. Good side-by-side laps, both 6:12 by Joe. 225 miles an hour. 6:31 by Lynn. Lynn goes to the number 14 spot. Joe slides into the number 5 spot. And I do believe, boys and girls, we end up the session with 30 cars on our top dragster qualifying sheet. Brian Keller, number 1. Marty Cheeseman, number 2. Tom Elliott, Kathy Fisher, Joe Fisher, Alan O'Brien, Red Fritsch, Danny Waddle, Ed Dudley, Christina Lawyer, rounding out the quick 10 in our top dragster category.